history is full of firsts.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Many of those firsts shaped our way of life. For 70 years, KPRC Channel 2 has been proud to be pioneers in shaping television and Houston history.
In a state the size of Texas, everyone can enjoy.
Causing the storms Thursday. Minutes before 9 o'clock, the crew's here telling them.
This is the first time in a long they had 11. As soon as some of your men.
Isn't it good to work for a place that has a sense of history? And indeed it is.
See, taking the president from Spring to College Station, fellas.
If you have something you'd like Channel 2 Investigates to check out, call the tip line at 713-223-TIPS or email investigates@click2houston.com. Channel 2 News begins right now with breaking news.
And that breaking news, a traffic nightmare during the busy Friday commute on Valentine's Day of all days. We're now heading into hour 6 of this closure on the Southwest Freeway at Hillcroft. That is where earlier today a truck rolled over on the freeway, and we're just learning what it spilled. Raw sewage all across the southbound lanes. We're told the cleanup is now complete, but the main lanes are still closed. So folks trying to head down into Fort Bend County are really feeling this tonight.
Here is another view for you, courtesy of Houston Transtar. TxDOT saying the southbound lanes will not reopen for another hour or so. Traffic has been extremely heavy in the area. On the left side of your screen, you see people driving on the shoulder. On the right, the HOV lane is open. Again, the main lanes could be closed for another hour. We will keep you updated.
And now to a school emergency. First responders on the Katy ISD campus after a chaotic scene at Mady Creek Junior High. Several students taken to area hospitals.
All of it starting with a cell phone. A student recorded this video showing smoke coming from that phone, and all 10 students were treated for injuries. Channel
2's Hannah McKenzie live on that campus on Greenhouse Road in West Harris County. Hannah, can you start with the latest on the students who were taken to the hospital?
Yeah, well, some actual good news for you this evening. Besides all those traffic troubles, 7 out of the 10 injured students are at home tonight after being treated and released from Texas Children's Hospital in Katy. The remaining 3 we're still not sure about. They were taken to Memorial Hermann, but we haven't gotten an update on them. But as you can imagine, all of this causing quite a wild scene here at Mady Creek Junior High, and we're taking a closer look at the moments just after that cell phone began to smoke. You can see the smoke in this video as Mady Creek Junior High School staff appear to be pouring water over the cell phone.
It was smoke everywhere. Smoke was all in my face.
Chaos and confusion breaking out in the cafeteria Friday.
People were jumping on tables, yelling, laughing, screaming.
This 7th grader telling us his friend is at the center of it all.
She banged a phone on the table, and it snapped in half, the battery inside the phone, and it just started creating smoke.
The smoke causing some extra excitement for these middle school students.
I was right there when it blew up in my face.
Katy ISD spokeswoman Maria DePetta putting those rumors to rest.
It simply was cell phone battery failure. There was no fire, no explosion.
Most students were evacuated to the gym, but DePetta says 10 were transported to area hospitals for smoke inhalation. Another student sustained thermal burns, says Katy ISD Police Chief Robert Jinks.
It was probably the student that had the phone. You know, I'm sure it got hot and burnt their hands, but we don't believe they were transported to the hospital. They went home regularly. It scared him just as much as it did everybody else.
And I'm told that student is not expected to face disciplinary action. Reporting live in West Harris County, Hannah McKenzie, KPRC Channel 2 News.
Hannah, thank you. Now to a developing story in Northeast Harris County where a freak accident turned deadly. It started when a cement truck lost its load onto Humble Road, and what happened next resulted in the deaths of 2 people. We're learning more tonight about the victims. One, a well-known gospel singer. A vigil for LaTanya Earl just now is getting underway. Our Sally Mamdou is live at Earl's Church in Southwest Houston. Sally.
And Keith, we are inside Bethel's Family Baptist Church, and take a look behind me. People are starting to get here. The vigil is about to start. This was her second home. This is where she touched so many people by the gift that she had, which was her voice. It was routine start to the day for Walter Earl when his wife LaTanya dropped him off at work.
I just give a kiss and say, all right, be careful.
That would be the last time Walter would see his wife of 30 years alive again.
I don't know what to say after that. I just really couldn't say anything, you know, it's just devastating.
The mother of their 3 children lost her life when a car jumped over the median and crashed into her white SUV. Investigators say the red car lost control when the driver drove on wet cement spilling from a truck. The driver of the red car also died and has been identified as 19-year-old Sylvan Palacios. LaTanya's husband says his wife, who had a PhD in Christian counseling, was part of the Bethel's Family Baptist Church for 15 years as the worship creative arts director. She was a gospel singer with a voice that moved people. The church's senior pastor, Walter August Jr., says LaTanya's powerful voice will be missed.
She was gifted, I mean, with an anointing that you just knew it was from the Lord.
There's even a bigger void that LaTanya leaves behind.
I just missed her, you know. Nobody can replace that.
Very difficult for this family today. Now, the funeral services information have not yet been released. We're live in Southwest Houston. Sally Mamdou, KPRC Channel 2 News.
Thank you, Sally. Only on 2 tonight, the search for an aggressive serial burglar hitting stores across Northeast Houston. His acts have been caught on surveillance cameras numerous times, and police are hoping that our story will help our viewers, help them lead to his capture. Joel Eisenbaum live on Mesa and Tidwell near one of the burglar's recent targets. Joel?
Dominique, this entire crime spree started at the Jack in a Box over my shoulder 9 days ago. This guy is really rough and tumble. He is throwing rocks. He is climbing through windows. He is really a character. Each and every crime, he goes whole hog.
He was definitely going after it, kind of like a rat going after cheese, in my opinion.
3 times in the last 10 days, he has stormed into Northeast Houston businesses, 2 Jack in a Boxes and a Family Dollar. He wants what's inside the register, but to save time, he just takes the whole drawer with him. Were you scared?
I was.
At this Family Dollar on Mesa, Monica Malone was an obstacle for this unidentified criminal who is distinctly pigeon-toed.
Pushed me back, and he had the screwdriver like this, like he was trying to, you know, like get out my way.
But Malone, undeterred, pulled out her cell phone and shot video of the getaway. The getaway car, a newer silver Nissan Sentra. HPD Detective Greg Shelton says he probably didn't have to drive too far.
Based on the location of all these incidents, we really believe that this guy probably lives in the Northeast Houston area.
Yeah, whoever he is at large tonight. If you have any information about this case, this suspect, make sure you call police directly or Houston Crime Stoppers. We're live in Northeast Houston tonight. I'm Joel Eisenbaum, KPRC Channel 2 News.
Joel, thank you, sir. All right, thanks to a donation-driven program, the Houston Public Library has Wi-Fi hotspots to help make the internet more accessible, or at least they had hotspots. When Channel 2 Investigates asked how the program was going, we found hundreds of the hotspot devices had vanished. Here's investigator Robert Arnold with that story.
I don't have Wi-Fi or internet at home.
But Monique Young still needs access to the internet.
Cinderella makes platform jobs, you know, all kind of stuff. My kids use it even for school.
Good news, the library lets you check out a free Wi-Fi hotspot for up to 3 weeks at a time. Bad news, a lot of people aren't returning the devices.
I mean, they're giving it to you free. Bring it back.
Channel 2 Investigates analyzed a database of more than 1,000 hotspots bought by the library with donations. Nearly 40% are listed as missing or lost.
That's a huge number.
Right. Rick Perales is an assistant director and chief technology officer for the Houston Public Library System.
Our goal is not to be punitive. We just want the material back so we can serve the next customer.
Helping people access technology is one of the library's core missions. The Hotspot program helps those who can't always make it to a branch to log onto a computer.
There's still that unfilled need for those people who need something at their home.
Perales says each hotspot costs $80. If one is not returned, service is immediately cut off, and the person is barred from using any library services until the hotspot is returned or they pay the bill for the device. That's another problem. Fewer than half of the people billed for lost hotspots have paid.
It's going to be difficult, I can imagine, to expand the program if more people don't return these.
Correct.
And fewer than half of those charged for returning the devices late have paid those fees. Because of these hiccups, the average wait time for a hotspot is now up to 28 days.
Come on, you know that the date is due. Bring it back. Have common service courtesy.
Library officials say they're now starting to see a little better return rate now that they are calling and emailing people to remind them to bring these back. Robert Arnold, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
As we head into Valentine's Day weekend, there is a lot not to love on the roads. There are several construction projects that are scheduled. Channel 2's Eric Brate has those weekend traffic alerts.
Well, it is the weekend, and we've got some hot spots for you to know about as far as driving goes around town. One, West Loop. It's been an issue the past couple of weekends. This weekend, though, it's only a nightly closure at the Southwest Freeway. 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. throughout the weekend. During the day, you're going to have free-flowing traffic through this interchange. Good thing. 290 inbound between Pine Mountain and 34th Street. That's going to be necked down by 3 lanes throughout the weekend. Be aware of that. Coming in from Cypress, it's going to be a little bit delayed. All right, North Loop westbound between the Hardy Toll Road and 45. We've got 4 lanes closed. This is going to be from tonight through Sunday morning, and then a total closure on the entrance ramp from the westbound North Loop onto 45 northbound. That too from tonight through Sunday morning. Another spot to watch out for. This is the exit ramp from the Gulf Freeway to 59 southbound. That is closed tonight through Sunday morning, and your final stop is on the east side of town. I-10 westbound across the San Jacinto River. We're going to have a couple of lanes necked down during the day on Saturday. The rest of the weekend looks just fine for you. That is a look at areas with weekend construction. Do have a great weekend, and as always, drive safely.
All right, thanks, Eric. Certainly the weather was something to love today. Valentine's really has been nice. And as you head out tonight, 54 at 7, 49 at 8, 47 at 9, and 46 at 10. Just grab a jacket. We'll talk about how low it goes coming up. Randy.
All right, Frank, here in West Palm Beach, they have officially turned the page. Astros camp back to baseball as it should be. You know, Tommy John surgery wiped out the 2019 season for Lance McCullers Jr., but now after 18 months, he is back. He's ready for a big 2020. His story ahead in sports.
And we've had another life-saving teen heart screen. A family grateful their son's hidden heart defect was found early. Our Bill Spencer with how your young athlete may be saved the same way. Next on Channel 2 News at 6.